got a little nut there. Don't know if you can see it where my finger is. 12mm nut there, and then there's a 12mm butt where you can see that socket's on. It's a bit blurry because the bloody camera won't focus it. 12mm nut there, so you turn that anti-clockwise and that slackens off the outer belt, the power steering one, and you undo this nut and the power steering pump then slides backwards and forwards, so you can like slacken the belt off. So I've undone that. I've just been anti-clockwise turning that one at the back with a socket on. I've just got the belt off, it's there, and now we've got to get the alternator belt off. Well, it's linked to the engine anyway, the engine and the alternator and the aircon by the looks of it. See it under here. I mean, looking at it before, I've done this before, you can undo these two bolts to get this loose, to get the belt off. There's an adjuster here. That's where my finger's going up and down. That little, looks like about an 8mm, 9mm socket. Turn that anti-clockwise and then that should slacken this belt off, so we can get the big belt off. Okay, so I've used a 14mm socket and I've undone these two nuts. Obviously like linked to a pulley or something. And I've anti-clockwise that 8mm one. And it's all slack now. So just about to get this belt off. Probably just take the whole of this thing off. Take both of these bolts out. Can't be bothered mucking around with this car now. If you don't do it right, you can end up spending hours on this. So I'm trying to avoid that. As you can see, look, it's all coming off now. So you just make a note of where the belt is. It's going around the aircon, around the engine one. Then it goes back round that tensioner one and the alternator at the top. Right, so we've undone this some sort of adjuster, tensioner, but whatever it does, you can get the belt off when you take the two belts off and you turn this bit anti-clockwise. So I've got it off now. So you've got two belts, you've got a big one and a little one. So the little one's the power steering and this one's the alternator and the crank and the aircon. Okay, we've put a new belt on now on the aircon alternator crank. It is a 6PK1110, but I think it needed a slightly bigger one, a 6PK1120 maybe, and then there would have been more adjustment. But I've managed to get it on, and it's a very tight fit. You have to get the right bolt in first and then that one last, and you have to lever all this with the belt on. You have to like lever between here, and then it pushes this up and you can just get the bolt in. 14mm, and then I tightened it up, so that done this one. And then this one, the little belt, you've got it going round the crank, the power steering, and looks like the water pump. That just went on easy, and then you just start tightening it up. Here there's a 12mm nut there, You just keep tightening it up clockwise until this belt's quite stiff, and then you get a like a bar, and you push back the power steering pump as much as you can. There's a gap at the top, so I'll show you. So basically there's a little gap just behind this loom, wiring loom. You can't see it very well. There's a gap down there between the power steering pump and the engine, and you basically lever it to the left so that the pump goes towards the back of the engine, and then you've got your little you can just see it, that little 12mm nut there. You tighten that up, and then you might just like tighten it up a little bit more with that other 12mm nut I was going on about. Is at the bottom of the power steering pump there's a 14mm nut. I don't know if I can show you. It's here. Just here where my thumb and little finger is there. Look, you tighten that up because that's on a swivel when you undo the top two. And you just tighten that up so it's not going anywhere. And now this belt's nice and tight, and this one's nice and tight. It's not going anywhere now, and that's it, it's done. So shouldn't get no more screeching now. Turn that back off. Right, let's start it up. So I've got it on full lock, right lock. As you can see, it's not, there's no screeching or nothing now. So it's perfect. Nice and quiet. That's what you'd like to hear. There you go, job done. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know I didn't show it all when I was doing it, but it's quite difficult to do with one hand. It's all nice. All nice.